Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're gonna go over my ELPHAPEX DG1 11 terahash miner. I put it to the C6 fog hashing tank and it's been there since June 12th, I believe, right there when I start mining. I got it on May 25th, but I did fruition design first. I kind of ran it on air, so I don't have tracking. I didn't really run for a long time, but on the June 12th I put it in the tank, and somewhere around June 11th I had posted video around that time when I had an issue with this PSU fans, because if you just dunk it in the fluid, it will not start, even if you have your spoofers on your ASIC fans and removed basically. And if you just put those 4 spoofers, it still doesn't work because PSU have to start to almost 6,000 RPM, the PSU fans, in order to record that PSU is working. So if it's not gonna start to that speed, it will basically fail to start the miner. So PSU will report the problem, and you will not even start mining on being in the fluid. So what you need to do, really, I check my video. I had to put 3 adapters there because it's a different set of fans connectors. It's 1.24 millimeters. You can find them online. I think I have links there. But anyways, once you have it done and put all those spoofers on all 3, you have to make sure all 3 connected properly, because if you have only 2 connected or 1 connected and the other will not have great connection, it will still looks like it's starting, but it will not mine. So there is a problem when all 3 spoofers have to be properly connected. So if it's not starting, that means one of them not connected properly, and you'll have to figure it out. So anyways, I want to just go over and see how much Dodge I mined since June 12th here. So the first week we started, and it was like right here, right around here's my DG1, and basically it was doing about 99, obviously not full day, and then I had 136, 133 Dodge, and so forth. It was almost 130, 140 every day, 130 to 140 Dodges every day. But then the Dodge price fall down somewhere around end of June, I believe. I had to shut down my Dodge miner right at the end here, roughly on July 1st, actually July 7th. So I mine almost from June 12th to July 7th, almost for a month here, right? And had to shut it down. So it was off for a while. I turned it up for maybe a few days just to check it out if it's profitable. It was not back then, but obviously the Dodge price fall down like almost to 8 cents, so it was not making sense to mine on my electrical cost, because I had a summer electric at the 18 cents. So I had to shut it down, and the full July I have it pretty much off right there. You could see every week on my report there is nothing for DG1. It was basically shut down all the way until right there. Let's scroll it right here. It's the August 25th. So by end of August I had it back online. And I've been mining during the not peak hours. So for me, 5 to 8 was the peak hours that I shut down the miner. And so some days were lower. Weekends, actually, I have flat rates. So the weekend, I could have keep them running 24 hours a day. But the other time, I had to run only 21 hours. So that's why you will see the differences there. So I couldn't mine because it was not profitable at 34 cents. At peak time per kilowatt hour. All right, so I mined basically the whole entire end of the August and the whole entire September, and now with October the rates are actually dropped, and I have this DG mine all every day now, 24 hours 24/7, because it's gonna become back online at 12 cents electric. It will be okay, I believe, right there. See, like on the new electric cost, even the 100 Dodge is still profitable for me. So it will be a little bit better now if I do 120, 130. I mean, back then it was 140 Dodge per day, which would be nice to see, but obviously it's a little reward, a little bit dropped now on October. So basically it's a full September, a couple days in August, 3 days, right? And I have almost a full month of July. So it's 2 months roughly I mine with this miner, 2 months and maybe a week. So let's take a look and see how much actually Dodge I could mine with this miner. Let's go and check it out. And by the way, when I did all this so when I did modification to the PSU for I mean those Fruition Design spoofers, basically this miner was working perfectly 24/7, or if I shut it down and start, everything was working perfectly fine. You can see 11 11,000 megahash, so it's 11 gigahash, right? Let's see what's reported on the pool here. Yeah, so on the pool we'll have to go to our dashboard. I need to log in again. So and on the dashboard I still have average 11.2 gigahash here, the 24 hours hash rate. It's the 10 minutes slightly variance. It goes up and down a little bit, but overall it's keeping between 11 gigahash. It's slightly even higher, 11.2 for 24 hours. And total mine Dodge is 7,781 Dodge in 2 months and roughly a week, and also about 2.2 Litecoins. All right, so just the yesterday earning was 117 Dodge, so not quite 120, but roughly that's what I see, between 110, 120, sometimes 125 Dodge a day for this miner. So everything pretty much okay, and no problem. Just basically one update, there's no problem with mining in fluid there, immersion into the fluid and C6 tank. I'm keeping the temperature between 48 and 49 degrees Celsius, absolutely no problem. You could see the fans always gonna say abnormal. I don't know if there's firmware, new firmware there that it's actually reports anything different, but mining in the fluid, it was no issue whatsoever after I did figured out those fan spoofers for PSU. So once I got them, had to disconnect PSU fans, and basically you could see the spoofers only reported on the ASIC fans, so you don't see those fans. They're really a problem how to get, because you're not gonna see if one of them not connected. You're not gonna see here in the web GUI. So really what I had to go in the log, and in the log at the very bottom, when you just start the miner, if one of the spoofers are going to be a problem for PSU, it's going to be reported here. See, right now it says for the fan abnormal, RPM abnormal, just because it's issue with the firmware. It has nothing to do with the fans, because the fan speeds are so low. It reports abnormal. If you set the speed, manual speed there, it will work fine for a little bit. I've done it before, but then it resets itself. So let's say if I do 20% and save it, unfortunately it will restart your miner, because it kind of sets everything up here, so which is weird. It will reset probably the hash rate as well. Yeah, you could see now. So I don't really like to do that, but once you set the percentage there, you will make fans run normal. See, like right now it's went normal in the green zone, but it will automatically change to back to wherever percentage, like 40-50%, and as soon as it exceeds certain RPM, it becomes to report abnormal. I don't know why. It's a glitch in the firmware, which you don't have to really worry about. See, right now it's already abnormal as soon as it went over 3900 RPM. So really this is not the issue. The miner will continue mine. There is no problem whatsoever. The temperatures of the boards are pretty nice and within the limits. So really what I think it's to look for, I actually have to go and check if there's new firmware update that's gonna fix that eventually or not. I have updated one, but it was like, I don't know. I don't even see it's version 1.0.2. I wonder if they have a new one. Let's go check it out. All right, it does look like they have a new, actually they already had 1.03 for DG, and now they have 1.02, 104. So server manual, firmware upgrade instructions, firmware upgrade. So those are zips releases. I'm not sure if this is the containing firmware. So let's download the latest one on the of September and see if they have actually their firmware update image. All right, so I'm not sure exactly if that's what it is. Let's check. Let me check a firmware upgrade instruction, release 1.02. Let's see if that's about the same, the one I downloaded before. And I just want to compare, make sure I have pretty similar. It comes as an image. Yeah, it does. Okay, perfect. So I just downloaded, so I'm gonna unzip it in download folder, and it's gonna be update image on the latest firmware. So let's just update in the real time and see what's gonna happen there. So I'm gonna go to update section. I'm gonna select firmware. So we're gonna go to downloads and my folder that I just unzipped, and we're gonna go to image. All right, so make sure you select the right file, and we're gonna click update. I wonder if the latest update gonna fix the fan issue. I haven't updated my DG1. Actually, this is a re-recording of the video I just posted. I'm gonna delete it and pause this video because there was no sound. So sorry about that if you try to watch that video. I just wanted to update like this 4 months. My DG1 being in immersion tank mining and no problem. Yes, I had to turn it down for just because it was not profitable, but I didn't pull it out a single time from my C6 tank. It's still there and it's mining, and it would I would turn it on and off basically on my I have the Wi-Fi breakers basically that I can program, and they will turn on and off based on my power usage. But that's a separate video if you guys interested in how to control your peak times. There is other some of the firmware has the options like to actually schedule sleep time and stuff like that, which is kind of cool, but I don't know if there is any possibility in this miner. But let's see after this one is gonna restart. I wonder if it just reboots automatically. Yeah, probably it will. So hopefully the software updated, firmware updated, and we'll see the new results. So let's wait and see if the fan's gonna kick over 39 RPM, and if it will go red again, or it will just be normal. All right, so looks like we're back online. Miner just restarted. The firmware version here at the bottom is 1.0.4. So that's the latest, September 18 this year. And let's take a look in the miner settings. Looks like they completely removed the fans configuration on this specific firmware, which is interesting. So hopefully that issue fixed already with the fans being there, but you cannot select now any longer, and it was kind of pointless because you select the percentage, but it will reset automatically after a certain temperature probably reach, and so really was pointless to set manual your fan speeds, I guess. What else here? Everything else here looks like the same. The firmware update, the password settings, and all other stuff look similar. The log and all that. So over here, the test, fans test, see RPM okay. So those, a couple of those options are health of the PSU. I'm not sure exactly which of the line responsible for PSU, but that's where when you start your see, like maximum RPM 80 to 50, test duty set for 100 is passed. So basically it has to pass your fan speed. So it's probably even going to 80 to 100 RPM, which recent design, those spoofers are actually capable to support that, which is very important. So now let's go back to dashboard, see if anything. So fans shows normal, temperature shows normal. Obviously the fans are under 3900, so we don't know if that's going to change or not, but hopefully it's fixed, so there's nothing confusing there. So we really need to give, and the really issue with DG1 is it takes usually 20 to sometimes 30 minutes before it's fully started and mining. So what interesting, if we're gonna watch our do I have it on a separate power line? So let me see. I just really want to show you guys my on the power consumption side while it's starting to see, because it ridiculously go up in the power. So what happening is it will, let me find it first where I have it connected. Ultra, right, DG1 right here. All right, so basically when it starts, look, it was only like going from like 20 watts, and then it goes to almost like 300 watts, probably somewhere here. Then it jumps to 2000 watts, right? So it sits there until the temperature, I think in the log, if you go, it's gonna say hashboard is under heating, which is kind of interesting that the hashboard needs to heat. So if you go, you could see that. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys could see this last line. Oh my gosh, I zoom in too much, probably right there. Okay, so right there, if we scroll down, see the that's what's happening right now. October 3rd to the time, DG user info health dashboard is under heating. So power voltage, you will report all that. Power current is 140 amp. That's on the low voltage side probably, and stuff like that. But after everything checked and all your power health checked and your ramps of the fans checked, everything checked in, it's gonna be under heating for almost like, I don't know, we don't want to lie, it's probably between like 10-15 minutes, I want to say, but depending probably on the temperature and how quickly it will reach certain temperature. My guess, basically, I'm just guessing on that part, but I guess once we have the temperature reached there, that's supposed to be for mining, and then it will show up on the pool. So right now it doesn't really even show the pools. So we have kind of pretty much sitting doing nothing there for almost like 10 minutes. And then once it's heat up or whatever it's doing, it's basically going to start showing some real-time hash rate. But it eventually, it takes like, yeah, between 15, 20, and sometimes up to 30 minutes. But what I'm going to show you here is once it start mining, I don't know if we're going to catch this moment. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes waiting for that start, but I'm going to try to pause video and then restart, and hopefully we can catch that moment. But when the miner just starts mining, it's actually go crazy to like 30. Sometimes I've seen 36 to 37 watts. I don't know if this power yeah, this should, Emporia should show actually the real-time use, so we're probably gonna see the spike, and if I don't record, we'll see that spike probably on the I don't know, on the minute rate it will gonna record, because it doesn't stay for too long. I don't think it stay over a minute. It probably stay under a minute that high, like 36, 37 watts, probably another test, and then it drops to normal hashing power, which is about 3250, I think, for me, 3250 roughly, right? Let's check it out. It's so yeah, it's not connected to this PSU, unfortunately. So it will be around probably 30, I want to say 3250 watts, but we can double check. We can go back and double check that. So yeah, I just want to see that spike. So let's wait and I'll get back to you. All right, so it was about close to 10 minutes, but look at this. It's finally everything going green here. And look at the power consumption. It dropped to 1800 from 22, dropped to 18 right before it's going to start mining. So just recently we have this rate normal, network normal, fence normal, and temperature normal basically within when it starts showing the pool. So it technically just connected to pool at this point, and miner running time is really just started now. But look at the power consumption. It's been 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and look how it's growing. So we are gonna reach, I believe, 35 or 3700 watts, which is crazy. I thought it's a little bit extreme for this PSU, but that's what I noticed before. I don't know if that's doing every single time or not. So let's watch. I mean, it's definitely going to be more than normal mining. Look at this, 36.9, so 3690 watts already. So very close to 3700 watts. I was right. So it will be there, 37 watts right there. So it's really high test, I believe, for just to check the max out. I don't know how it is, and then it's adjusting probably the it's balancing the maybe voltages and all that for chips, and it will drop to, when it start mining, to 3250, I believe, or 3350. I can't remember exactly, but roughly 32, or between 32 and 33 watts without the fans, obviously. So that's just the one miner without any ASIC fans. All the fans are disconnected on this miner because it's pretty much immersed in the fluid. So yes, 3700. Yeah, looks like it jumped over for a minute. So it's probably gonna be a little bit over a minute, but the hash rate gonna show only probably after 5 minutes of running. So warming time like almost 10 minutes, then another 5 minutes. So at minimum 15 minutes you're gonna see that the miner will not start mining, but sometimes it takes 20 minutes depending how long it takes to right there. Oh, we start showing a little bit of the hash rate. So here you go. After the hash rate starts showing, I believe that 3700 watts, you could see, watch here in the corner, it will eventually drop to 33 or 3250 or 3350 watts, 3300, I believe, 3350 possibly, but it really takes a while. 3700 watts, guys. So make sure your wire is proper, because even running like, you know, few minutes, I don't know, I thought it's under a minute, but looks like it's few minutes. I mean, it's probably going to be 2-3 minutes already. It's 3 minutes, right? And it's getting to the point where, like, okay, it's 1200, it's 12 gigahash. I think it will kind of ramp up to almost sometimes 15 gigahash. I don't want to say that, but it's kind of pumped up to the top, and then it goes to 11, 12, 11. And average then roughly runs around 11.2, and it's hovering there for rest of the time when it's mining. So interesting to see with this new firmware if there are going to be any improvements, but the temperatures there now, it's stabilizing at 63 out, 47 in for the boards, which is pretty typical. I did not flip this unit, so their power supply kind of the other direction, so probably intake are supposed to be there 4763. So let's look at the fan speeds, 4200 RPM, and we're still in the green. So yes, they did fix with new firmware. The DG1 actually fixed their issue. So it's been 4 minutes mining. Sorry for the long video, but I want to just catch this moment and see in the real time what we're gonna have. but it looks like it's still 3700 watts, which is insane. It's roughly even at 230 volts that I have, it's probably over 16 amp. I want to say 3700 watts. Let's divide by 230 volts. Yeah, 16 amp. So it's getting there to the point where your wire is going to be really tested. So if you are mining not with the 12, at least 12 gauge cables connected, but it's 14 gauge, you can stress those wires and catch them on fire. So be really careful with DG1. Kind of ramps up so high on the power consumption for almost like, it's already been 5 minutes 20 seconds, and look, now it's starting to drop the power down and the hash rate slowly going down. So we didn't see 15 gigahash. Once in a while I kind of see that when you restart, like going to crazy, boom, 14 or 15, and then it drops. The average here is showing, I wonder what's the average there. Doesn't say how many minutes average. What is it? 30-minute average? I don't know. Anyways, so it looks like it's gonna round up to 11 pretty soon here. So 12 really, and it's already 3600 watts. And eventually we drop in. Look how we drop in every like 10 seconds, going down and down and down. And obviously we'll reach that 11 because we're doing 12 terahash, so obviously using a lot more power. I mean 12 gigahash. And as we drop to 11, where it's supposed to be, our power consumption gonna drop to but it looks like how crazy it's from 37 to 33, 400 watts just for 1 gigahash. Kinda I think it's a lot. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I guess mainly just want to show you what it is. So let's take a look. 7,000 Dodge. So obviously the price 7,000 Dodge are dropped right now. So 70, where did we have it? 7,700, 7781 times roughly 10 cents right now, which is not great, but I divided by 10 cents. 7781 times 0.10 cents is basically $778 divided by, let's say, roughly 67 days. So yeah, about $11 a day. My power now gonna be $9 a day. It used to be a little bit more, like 14. That's why I had to turn it down when it's not profitable, but it's profitable, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot, but $2, $3, $4 a day, it's still better than nothing. Plus you accumulating the Dodge coin there for the next bull run, hopefully, right? That's the whole part of the game here. So anyways, it's going to pretty close to 11. It's been 8 minutes, and I think everything's stabilizing. The fan speed's kind of ramped up to 42, which is kind of high. So they did in firmware some adjustments probably there to cool it off, but looks like everything normal now. Finally we can see all green circles here, all normal, so we don't get kind of alerted, right? And look at that, already 3400 watts. So it will stabilize probably even further to 3350 roughly. It'll take probably another 2-3 minutes. Look, it goes every 10 seconds down and down and down, so it will take probably another minute to drop another 100 seconds to drop 100 watts, right? So yeah, roughly a minute and a half or so. So what else? That's it. That's it for this miner. I guess, guys, just want to update you. The DG1 is back in the profits for me, and it's gonna be keep on running this miner. It's actually doing better than some of my Caspa miners, so believe it or not. My RKS3s not doing any great anymore. I mean, like, they're probably doing few cents. If you go to hashrate.no, So even if my new electric cost, if I go to Ice River and we're gonna tap ice here, for my KS3s, are we not doing any good? We actually, this point we're losing money, so I had to turn it down on unprofitable time, because it's, look at that, wow. Even Bugna doing better a little bit for this miner, so I may need to figure it out and switch. So definitely with the price of Caspa now dropped significantly from 17 cents to 14 cents recently, it's pretty much adjusted pretty quickly now. I have to watch this profitability here. And even KS, let's check it out, KS5M. I mean, if let's do one more time, ice, boom, KS5M. All right, so KS5M at least are $5 a day. So KS5L 227. So KS5L now pretty much doing similar to Dodge DG1 ELPHAPEX, my miner, right? So they're pretty much doing the same. But KS3s, BMKS, probably those miners getting close to non-profitable. So I really have to probably turn them down at some peak times and keep them only on the lower cost side for profits. All right, sounds good. We are 34, 33 there on the wattage there. So let's take a look one more time where we are. We are actually hovering kind of high still, 11.7 gigahash, 11.7 average here. So yeah, 11 minutes, and we should be now, we should show this on the, let's see if it's updating on the dashboard there. Yeah, it doesn't really change much. It was probably going to record a little dip there because we really just restarted right away. So it's 15 minutes. It will show like a little dip, probably a little bigger than that once it's all updated. So it hasn't been updated probably on the pool fully. It takes a while once this chart gets updated. So anyways, guys, hope you like this update. Leave the comments down below. Sorry for previous video. We'll see you guys on the next one, and have a good day. Click the like buttons, consider subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you on the next